Have you ever wondered if that spark you feel with someone is real or just your imagination? What if I told you psychology has already uncovered the hidden clues and they're right in front of you? When two people secretly like each other, the signs don't shout, they whisper. A lingering glance, a nervous laugh, the way your energy shifts when they walk into the room. Most people ignore these signals, but once you see them, you'll never miss them again. Today, we're revealing 10 psychology signs that prove the attraction is mutual. Sign 1. Eye contact that lingers. Eye contact is powerful, but when it lingers, it reveals more than you think. Normally, people look away after just a few seconds, but if you find yourselves locking eyes and neither of you breaks the gaze right away, that's not accidental. Psychologists call this mutual visual fixation, and it's a subconscious sign of emotional interest. In that brief silence, something happens. Tension builds, energy sparks, and the world feels like it pauses. It's not just about looking, it's about seeing. And when someone holds that gaze with you, it's their emotions leaking through, even if they never say a word. If this happens often, don't ignore it. Their eyes are telling you the truth their lips won't. Sign 2. You mirror each other's movements. Have you noticed how their body almost copies yours? You cross your arms, a moment later they do too. You lean in, and suddenly they're leaning closer. This isn't random. It's called emotional mirroring, and psychologists say it's one of the strongest nonverbal signs of connection. When two people secretly like each other, their nervous systems sync without them even realizing it. It's the body's way of saying, we're aligned. We're in rhythm. Laughter, posture, even the pace of breathing can fall into the same pattern. And here's the truth. People don't mirror strangers. They mirror the ones they feel drawn to. If this keeps happening, it's not coincidence. It's chemistry revealing itself through action. Sign 3. Silences feel comfortable. When two people don't like each other, silence feels heavy, even awkward. But when there's a hidden connection, silence transforms. You don't feel pressured to fill every pause with words because their presence alone feels enough. This is what psychologists call comfortable silence, and it's rare. It happens when the nervous system feels safe, when the heart recognizes it's not being judged. In fact, researchers say true intimacy often shows itself not in endless conversations, but in the quiet moments where both people can simply be. If you sit with them in silence and it feels full instead of empty, that's not ordinary friendship. That's a bond hinting at something deeper. Sign 4. The stolen glances. Attraction often reveals itself in the eyes before it's ever spoken aloud. You catch them looking at you, just for a second, before they quickly turn away. And without realizing it, you do the same. Psychologists call this visual checking, a subtle behavior driven by curiosity and desire. The truth is, our eyes are wired to seek out what we're drawn to. Those stolen glances are micro moments of honesty, slipping past the guard of self-control. They don't mean someone is just noticing you. They mean you occupy their thoughts more than they'd admit. And when both of you keep stealing glances at each other, it's not coincidence. It's quiet evidence of a mutual pull that words haven't yet revealed. Sign 5. Time flies together. Have you ever spent hours with someone only to be shocked at how quickly the time disappeared? That's not just good conversation, it's chemistry. Psychology explains this through dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. When you're with someone you're emotionally drawn to, your brain becomes so absorbed in the moment that it literally distorts your sense of time. Minutes stretch into hours, yet feel weightless. This doesn't happen with just anyone. It's a rare sign of deep attraction when presence itself becomes intoxicating. If both of you lose track of time whenever you're together, it's not an accident. It's proof your connection is strong enough to override the clock. That's what makes it unforgettable. Sign 6. They remember the small things. Big moments are easy to recall. Birthdays, achievements, milestones. But when someone secretly likes you, what stands out to them are the little things most people overlook. The joke that made you laugh until you cried. The quiet story you shared once and forgot. The way you take your coffee. These details don't slip away because to them, everything about you matters. Psychology calls this selective attention. The mind naturally prioritizes what it values most. When someone holds on to the smallest fragments of your world, it's not by chance. It's because you've carved a space in their heart. And those tiny memories, they're silent proof of how deeply you live in their mind. Sign 7. Subtle nervous energy. When two people secretly like each other, the body gives away what the mind tries to hide. You notice it in the little things: fidgeting with a pen, adjusting clothes, touching hair, or stealing quick glances before looking away. This isn't awkwardness, it's heightened awareness. Psychology explains it as physiological arousal, the nervous system activating because emotions are running just beneath the surface. Your heartbeat quickens, palms may sweat, and even your breathing changes slightly. It's the body's way of saying, "This person matters to me." And when you both display these subtle signs at the same time, it's more than coincidence. It's proof of mutual attraction, quietly pulsing beneath the surface, waiting to be revealed. Sign 8. The silence in teasing. Sometimes the people around you see the connection before you even admit it to yourselves. Friends start to tease, dropping little comments or playful jokes about the two of you. And here's the key: you don't deny it. Neither of you rushes to correct them, because deep down, part of you knows they're right. Psychology calls this implicit acknowledgement. By staying quiet, you're subconsciously leaving the door open, allowing the possibility to linger. That lack of denial isn't random. It's a subtle agreement, a quiet confession without words. When the world notices your bond and neither of you pushes back, it's often because what's unsaid is louder than any denial could ever be. Sign 9. Emotional gravity. In any group setting, notice where your attention naturally goes. Even in a crowded room, you somehow find each other. You sit closer than necessary, lean in without realizing, and listen more intently to what they say. This isn't coincidence, it's psychology. Humans unconsciously move toward what feels safe, meaningful, or magnetic. Psychologists call it proximity seeking, and it reveals where your heart feels most at home. When two people are secretly drawn to each other, their bodies give them away. They don't even need to plan it. The pull is automatic, like emotional gravity. If you keep ending up side by side, pay attention. It's not random. It's connection showing itself in the simplest way possible. Sign 10. Eye contact that speaks. Sometimes eye contact feels like more than just looking. It's not visual, it's emotional. When your eyes meet, it's as if entire conversations happen without a single word. That glance carries warmth, safety, and meaning, like coming home. This isn't imagination, it's psychology. Studies show that extended eye contact triggers oxytocin, the bonding hormone, making two people feel deeply connected. That's why the silence between you doesn't feel empty. It feels full. Love doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it arrives in a glance, a smile, or a quiet moment too powerful to ignore. If these signs feel familiar, you might already be falling together. Love hides in the smallest signs, but once you know how to see them, you'll never miss the truth again. If these moments felt familiar, share your story in the comments. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and stay tuned for more real love, real psychology, and real human connection.